In a small, unassuming town, nestled between rolling hills and expansive fields, a discovery was made that would change the course of local history forever. It all began on a crisp autumn morning when a group of farmers, accustomed to plowing their land for crops, stumbled upon something extraordinary. As they turned the earth, their plows struck an object that was decidedly not of this world. A ship, buried deep beneath layers of soil and time. The initial reaction was one of disbelief. The farmers gathered around, their faces a mixture of confusion and curiosity. What was a ship doing in the middle of a field? Was it some kind of elaborate prank? As they brushed away the dirt, revealing the weathered wood and rusted metal, it became clear that this was no ordinary vessel. It was a ship lost to history, its story waiting to be uncovered. News of the discovery spread like wildfire. Local historians, archaeologists, and curious townsfolk flocked to the site, eager to catch a glimpse of the ship that had lain hidden for centuries. Speculation ran rampant. Was it a pirate ship? A trading vessel? Or perhaps a warship lost in the annals of time? Theories abounded, each more fantastical than the last, as people began to weave tales of adventure, treachery, and exploration around the mysterious find. As the days turned into weeks, the excavation began in earnest. Experts arrived with tools and equipment, carefully removing layers of soil to reveal more of the ship's structure. The work was painstaking, but with each scoop of earth, more secrets were unveiled. The ship's hull, though battered and worn, still held a certain majesty. It was adorned with intricate carvings, remnants of a bygone era that spoke of craftsmanship and artistry. The wood, though aged, retained the scent of the sea, a reminder of the adventures it once undertook. As the excavation progressed, artifacts began to emerge from the depths. Old coins, pottery shards, and remnants of personal belongings were uncovered, each piece telling a fragment of a larger story. The excitement was palpable as historians pieced together clues about the ship's origin and purpose. They discovered markings that indicated it was built in the late 17th century, a time when exploration and trade were at their peak. This ship, they surmised, had likely sailed the treacherous waters of the Atlantic, navigating through storms and skirmishes, carrying goods and people across vast oceans. The community rallied around the discovery. Schools organized field trips to the excavation site, and local businesses thrived as curiosity drew visitors from far and wide. The town, once quiet and overlooked, became a hub of activity and interest. Tours were organized and lectures held as people sought to learn more about this incredible find. The ship became a symbol of the town's rich history, a reminder that even in the most ordinary places, extraordinary stories lay waiting to be told. As the ship was slowly unearthed, it became evident that it had met a tragic fate. Evidence of fire and damage suggested that it had been abandoned, perhaps after a fierce battle or a catastrophic storm. The historians speculated about its last voyage, imagining the crew's desperate attempts to save their beloved vessel. What had they experienced? What had driven them to this field, far from the sea they once called home? The narrative of the ship began to intertwine with the town's own history. Local legends spoke of sailors who had settled in the area, their tales of adventure and bravery passed down through generations. The discovery of the ship reignited these stories, prompting families to share their own connections to the sea. Grandparents recounted tales of their ancestors who had sailed across the ocean, while children imagined themselves as intrepid explorers charting unknown territories. As the excavation neared completion, the ship was revealed in its entirety. Standing in its shadow, one could almost hear the echoes of the past. The laughter of sailors, the crash of waves against the hull, the whisper of the wind in the sails. It was a moment of reverence, a reminder of the lives that had intertwined with this vessel. The town organized a celebration, inviting everyone to come and pay homage to the ship and its storied past. The event was a grand affair, with food stalls, music, and activities for children. Families gathered, sharing stories and laughter, united by the shared experience of discovery. As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the field, a sense of community enveloped the crowd. The ship, once buried and forgotten, had brought them together, reminding them of their own histories and the importance of preserving stories for future generations. In the months that followed, the ship became a focal point for research and education. Scholars from universities across the country visited, eager to study the artifacts and learn from the site. The local library began a dedicated section on maritime history, encouraging young readers to explore the tales of the sea. The town's newfound fame attracted the media attention, with documentaries and articles highlighting the discovery and its impact on the community. But as the excitement settled, a question lingered in the air. What would become of the ship? Discussions began about its preservation and potential display. Some advocated for a museum, where the ship could be showcased alongside the artifacts found during the excavation. Others proposed leaving it in situ, allowing future generations to experience the thrill of discovery just as the farmers had. The town held meetings, inviting input from residents, fostering a sense of ownership over the ship's future. As the debate continued, a consensus began to form. The ship would be preserved, but not in a conventional museum setting. Instead, the town would create a heritage park, a space that celebrated not just the ship, but the stories of all who had come before. It would be a place for learning, exploration, and connection, a testament to the enduring spirit of adventure that had brought the ship to their fields. The park would feature walking trails, educational exhibits, and spaces for community gatherings. It would be designed to engage visitors of all ages, inviting them to explore the rich tapestry of history woven into the very fabric of the town. The ship, restored and protected, would serve as the centerpiece, a reminder of the past and a beacon for the future. As plans for the park took shape, the town embraced a renewed sense of identity. They organized events celebrating their maritime heritage, from sailing lessons to storytelling nights. Local artists created murals inspired by the ship, weaving its story into the visual landscape of the town. Schools incorporated maritime history into their curricula, sparking a passion for exploration and discovery among students. Years passed and the Heritage Park flourished. Families visited to picnic under the shade of trees, children played in the open spaces, and visitors marveled at the ship, now a symbol of resilience and community. The stories of the sailors who once navigated the seas became intertwined with the lives of those who now walked the fields, creating a bridge between past and present. The ship, once buried in a field, had risen to become a cornerstone of the town's identity. It served as a reminder that history is not merely a collection of dates and events, but a living tapestry woven from the experiences of individuals. It taught the community the importance of curiosity, of seeking out the stories that lie beneath the surface, waiting to be uncovered. And so the ship remained, a silent guardian of the town's history, inspiring generations to come. It stood as a testament to the power of discovery and the connections that bind us all, reminding everyone that even in the most unexpected places, adventure awaits.